Yo, 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 welcome back to the Hulaham Hour. Kurtis and Nick at your service. Nick, it's week 1 in the books, son. I'm so pumped.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get right into it. Let's kick it. Welcome back to the Hulaham Hour, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for tuning in. It is Wednesday, September 10th, 2025. This is episode number 40. Whoop, whoop. All right. So, that being said, we are going to try to keep this format as clean and concise as we can for all the weeks. Might have to make some tweaks if we don't like what we do. But I'm going to start off with fourth and long prognosticators. Recap, then we're going to get into our two leagues, and then we're going to roll right into talking about week 1, give our week 2 predictions, give a college recap, and then we're probably going to be at like 90 minutes by then. So let's get right into it. All right. So my team, Beerbelly Bombers, beat Icky Subtle. Up yours, Toby. Shit Baby What got defeated pretty badly by hurting for a title. Jared's not Branham's lost to Big Push League. I'm just now seeing that for the first time. Congratulations, Doc. That takes team name of the year. Morand took down Scary Terry and the gang, and Maine took down 2 Girlies, 1 Cup. Old school throwback name because Todd Gurley hasn't played in the league in about, 7 seasons?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Anyways, all right, so moving on. We got a recap for our leagues here. God, Brad's always got one up his sleeve, man. Always keeping me on my toes. Okay, so this week, dismal. Our main league, the league, or I shouldn't say our main league. I should say our OG league that I started back in 2017 because both of them have a dear spot in my heart. My team name is Dicker and the Brown. Just going to throw that one out there for everybody. You're going to hear me say it a lot this year. I thought about changing it after last week when I scored a week low 93-point frickin' shit dicks. Yeah, I had 3 people score in triple digits. Cody kicked the shit out of me. Yeah, it was so much fun. Yeah, I just got to pull up our scoreboard here. Okay. So, yeah, I fell to Catalina's Pillows, which, Cody, change your goddamn team name. Oh, by the way, for reference, I am Dicker in the Brown because I have Cameron Dicker, A.J. Brown, and Chase Brown. Moody as fuck. Stephanie. Wow, what a game. Did you see how close that game was?
No.
Anna, Lil Conks, won 161.1 to 160.94.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, and that brings me to the next game. Old Conk, Blair, beat Scotty Doesn't Know Fantasy, Scott, 151.84 to 150.52. Another really good matchup. They were all good matchups except for mine. Go figure. Yeah, so then Ian lost to Ricky P 5272. Again, this isn't a screen name, Rick. This is a fantasy football team name. It's not a Gmail account. Change your team name, bud. But he did take high score for the week. Beat out Morty 171 to 160. Tawas Kronks Crushers, another really close game, dude, against It Hurts Laporta, which is Nick. 141.5 to 139.5. You want to know the silver lining I'm taking from that?
What's that?
Gary didn't score 200 points week 1 this year.
Oh, I know. I was waiting for it.
He scored 200 points like 3 or 4 times last year, if memory serves me right. This is an unbelievable season. But
it's only week 1, though.
Yeah. And then Team Kaziski Kush, Ryan, fell Fell short to Pigskin Princess Sarah, 116 to 102. Definitely a real shit frickin' week, especially for myself. I went from being projected finishing 9th now in the power rankings to finishing 11th, so that's great. Yeah, and freaking Rick went from 11th to 2nd. So, I don't know. I don't trust these power rankings and draft grades and none of that shit, even though in the next league, Blood, Sweat, and Beers, I lost too. So, yeah, let's get to that. All right, what do you got to say on your matchup in that league this week, Nick?
Well, King Henry, I'm riding your back, buddy.
Yeah,
Come on, King Henry.
Yeah, my highlight was this. Saquon had 18. Drake May had 17. Chase Brown had 13. And everybody else had single. Oh, I'm sorry. Dallas Goedert had 11. And everybody else. Cam Ward, Fantasy Player of the Year. 2.48 points. Congratulations, Cam Ward, on being a glorified piece of shit. Yeah,
You're
man.
Everything we thought you would be.
Everything we thought you'd be, and then some. That is freaking right on the money. Okay. Moving on with the fantasy talk so that we can get into some game talk, because I cannot wait to talk some shit. All right. Blood, Sweat, and Beers. My team name is appropriate because I drafted way too many Chiefs players. And my team name is the No Souls. Very, very excited about that. Let me get the... Yeah. Oh, yeah, and then I played against the person that got top scorer in this league, too. So, and still only lost by a few. Which is ridiculous, but that's just the way my luck has been in fantasy the last couple of years. Oh, I guess I didn't lose by a couple. I got my ass beat. Yeah, the No Souls lost to the Ginger Killers, 184 to 158. And I want to hate that team name, Ian, but I can't.
I love it.
It's great.
Good job, Ian.
I now have 2 teams that are named after digs on me this year. That's an accomplishment. All right. So we got... Keg stand, comeback, Ken, put the whoop on my wife, rock you like a burro cane, 120 or 166 to 128. And yeah, Burrow did not rock anything like anything at all. He was lucky to get away with that victory, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Big old TDs, John Thompson, my boy, 153 to 124 over Steven. Wobble Pops, which I love that. That's a good name too. Oh, I love it when I'm seeing team names for the first time. Sawyer's my ball Zach Ertz lost to MGM Superstars Mike's team 116 to 98. Sawyer took low score in this league, but still outpaced me by 5 in the other league. The man in Jameer, another good one, lost to Take It Genty, Nick, that's you, 151 to 136. And Gabe, his team name is Cunty. Can't even make that up. Can't even make that up. I don't know if I'm going to get it to focus with this lens on this camera. Probably not, but it's definitely. And then Purdy Cooks beat Cunty 147 to 124, and that was Jordan. And you might want to change that name to Purdy's cock because he's going to be riding the pine for a while, bud. All right. So, this fantasy week again, it's hard when you score. I think I scored the 3rd most points in this league and still lost this week, which is such a kick in the nuts. I actually played a decent week. And, and that was, I even scored what I scored with Xavier Worthy getting 0, which, fuck you, Travis Kelce. You self-harming piece of shit. I
actually feel pretty good. Even though I got the win this week, my team played like trash.
Yeah.
So I got nothing to looking up here.
Nah, your team played mediocre, yeah.
Yeah, they were pretty shitty.
Coleman riding the pine for you didn't help.
No, I had Stephon Diggs in over him, which is a fucking idiot.
Yeah, dude.
I
Take
thought
this,
Diggs would be a
take
bigger
this,
part in week
Molly.
one.
Play wide receiver for the Patriots.
That's why I thought he'd be awesome. Jesus. I figured he'd be all geeked up.
Oh man. So yeah, all right. I start Owen I beat Toby. I'm 1-2 in my 3 leagues, but Nick is 1-1. I'm 0-2 in these leagues. Yeah. So that does it. All right, we came in about 10 minutes for all 3 leagues. I think that was exactly where I wanted to land. So that is frickin' great. So awesome. All right, people, let's get into some headlines that happened. Obviously, the first big headline we're going to get into is Carter and the Spitgate, which everybody is fully aware of because it happened the day after our podcast aired. And until we start making money on this, where I can quit my day job and do it every day, you're just going to have to wait a week to get these headlines. So, Dak Prescott spit first. I'll take that to the grave. I don't give a shit if he says it wasn't Adam. He spit first, period. But what Carter did was inexcusable as well. I mean, it is what it is. You get in the heat of the moment, blah, 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 blah. But what were your thoughts on that whole thing, Nick?
I've been wondering all week if Dak had to have a Sam Adams get the taste of spit off of him. Honestly, dude.
I'll take a Sam Adams too, actually.
You could say Dak spit first, but he was like fucking 4 yards from him.
Oh, I know.
He spit down his shirt.
Yep. Yeah, he did. He spit directly on him. Like, I mean.
Yeah. Dude, it was 4 yards away. Like, come on.
So, question, though. If that's only caught on camera and not done right in front of a referee, do you think he would have been suspended or ejected or anything?
I do. I think somebody would have got the ref's attention and made him review it. Something like that. Enough people saw it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And
how did they see that, though, and don't see the Dak? Like, the whole broadcast, I didn't see them show Dak spitting at all.
I did. I watched it live. I mean, the ref wasn't looking as much until he seen Carter coming after Dak and Dak coming through the huddle.
Yeah.
I mean,
the whole thing's ridiculous. The whole thing is
quit spitting on
absurd.
people. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Sounds
yeah,
crazy.
Don't like that. And that happened in college this week too, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, man, like, come on. What are we, friggin' 3 years old? Like,
I'd rather see them fist fight than spit on each other like
yeah,
that.
dude. Take the helmets off and punch somebody.
Yeah. Myles Garrett this shit.
Myles Garrett and Mason Rudolph. Man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. So, yeah, that was obviously one of the biggest headlines. Got a lot of injuries. George Kittle's hurt. Xavier Worthy's hurt. Brock Purdy's hurt.
Hey, McCaffrey's still alive after 1 week, though.
McCaffrey's still alive.
Impressed.
But Tyreek Hill is a special kind of hurt. He's butthurt. He's butthurt that he's on the worst team in the NFL this year is what it looks like. Can you name me a team that played worse than they did?
No,
even
the Giants, with as low as they scored, didn't look as bad as Miami did.
Correct.
Not all the way around. At least the Giants' defense honestly looked decent.
So I don't know if you saw that he requested a trade again.
Oh, shocker.
Yep. And the 2 possible landing spots, I believe, were Kansas City or Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and then they'll win next week, and he'll go apologize to his teammates again, and we'll do this for the whole season.
I've never believed in Tua since day one. I haven't. I've just not even the injury thing. I just honestly felt like his level of play was just not there, and I just don't see it getting any. It's not getting any better over time. It's just regressing. And what do you have? 3 interceptions, no touchdowns,
Yeah,
like 150 yards.
And Xavier Howard, he played with him for years in Miami. He said it best. You take away his first option, he gets into panic mode.
Mm-hmm.
He wants the ball out of his hand in 1.5 to 2 seconds. And if he can't, then he struggles severely.
Yes, big time. And it shows because you don't, in college, you get your number one option 80% of the time. And pros, you don't. That's why, as much as I hate the Packers, that's why Jordan Love completed to 10 different receivers. Because he's just making his reads and doing his job. But
that's why they got.
Go ahead.
That's why they got a Tyreek Hill and a Jalen Waddle. They run slants. They run jet sweeps, quick passes, and leave them out in space. They're not.
So speaking of the Dolphins and the Steelers here, real quick, Jalen Ramsey played like an absolute unit. in the Steelers game. That last hit to like end the game was probably the hardest hit he's had in his career.
I wouldn't say career, but that was a great welcome to Pittsburgh moment.
Dude, but like, wow. I was so, like, Pittsburgh won the trade because of just that game alone. Like, even if he just has like a regular year for himself the rest of the season, like, even the way that he played that game alone, Pittsburgh won that trade all day long.
Because Jalen Ramsey also killed Fields earlier in the game.
Yeah.
He absolutely lit him up.
Yeah.
That is not the guy you want to see in the open field unless you're Derrick Henry size.
Yeah. All right. So with that being said, I think I'm kind of out of headlines. That we'll keep tabs on the Tyreek Hill situation. I don't think it's going to take long for them to make a move on that. I know Mike McDaniels doesn't want him in there killing his locker room. The only shred of hope that Mike McDaniels has left is to keep his whatever aura that he keeps in his locker room to keep his players happy. I don't know, man. Miami's a little bit of a wreck right now. So we'll see.
I don't know how they haven't drafted a solid second quarterback yet. You know, like a first, not even a first, but like a second or third rounders. Because
Yeah.
you know, too, is either A, going to get hurt, or B, he's literally one hit away from ending his career.
Yep,
you
he
think
is.
he would get somebody in the works and let him learn.
No. Yep.
I mean, I hate to say it, the Packers have probably been the best at that over the years. They go from one franchise quarterback to the other because they let him sit for a few years.
Yep.
Apparently,
I'm gonna give
Miami's
them
like,
credit
let's
for
roll the
shit.
dice.
I'm going to give them credit for nothing.
You know, they did have a good system. Everybody else seems to scramble and throw rookies in and watch them die.
Yeah. Okay, so we're just going to go down the docket. I've got a lot to say about most of these games. So here we go. Very glad that the Cowboys did not somehow make me put my foot directly up my ass after the first week of me last week going, there's no way that the Cowboys win this game, right? And then, like, Carter getting ejected right in the beginning of the game. And then just the moment, and then, you know, the lightning strike. There was no, you know, points scored after that. Wow, the whole game was a friggin' roller coaster. But Dallas's offense does look better than I expected, and I will say that. CeeDee Lamb had a terrible game, really bad game. And honestly, the Eagles' offense didn't really play that well either. Jalen Hurts did everything himself. He was a one-man show. Like, I had, like, 4 players from the Eagles that combined for 12 points. Like, it's just insane to me. So, but I'm glad the Eagles won. I just don't want to see the Cowboys win a game this year for some reason. But we'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. What were your thoughts on that game?
Honestly, I did think Dallas's offense, I think the way they used Pickens early on and started getting him involved, I think their offense is going to be okay. And their defense, honestly, looked better than I expected. But they're still, just think of what they would be if they didn't trade Micah Parsons like idiots.
Yeah, I wouldn't call
Kenny
him.
Clark did good, though.
Yeah, he did. He was a force, man.
He was.
He did his job. All right, Friday night game. Again, shout out Tom Grossi. It was fun to watch your stream. I hope they give you another opportunity to do that because that man gained like 10,000 subscribers in the 3 hours that game went on. So that was pretty cool to watch happen live. Anyways, very happy to see the Chiefs lose. Very disappointed to watch Xavier Worthy go out in the first quarter, like right away by his own player. Justin Herbert was sharp. He looked really good. The Chargers just overall looked like more solid of a team than I've ever seen them be in the last 15 years. Would you agree?
I would. And honestly, that a lot of it falls on Herbert. He just hasn't had them great passing games the last couple of years.
No.
If they can find that balance, they'll be in good shape.
Yep. Yeah, and, you know, their running backs look decent. Lad McConkey, he looks like he's hopefully, knock on wood, going to avoid that sophomore slump this year. So, I don't know, but we'll see. But Chiefs, you know, they kept wanting to blast that stat that this is the first game in the last 18 games that they've lost a one-possession game or something like that, which is crazy. Good. But Patrick Mahomes said it perfect. You know, you can only do that for so long. Really. And you can't keep that up as a way to win games in the National Football League. You just can't. So, yeah, it was fun having a Friday night game. I will say that. It was fun having literally football Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday over the weekend. Was very awesome. Sunday morning, I know I was on like literally doing laps in my kitchen around my island in my kitchen. Like, it's like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, I just don't know what to do with my hands. Oh, yeah. And then I went outside and blared AC/DC till I was ready to run through a brick wall, and football was awesome. It was just so good to have football back. But
it is.
Yeah. All right. Lead us off on Vanilla Vic's game, dude, because after that game, he kind of deserves that title now. So lay it on us, Nick.
You might as well trade Anthony Richardson at this point and look forward to a new draft.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying he's going to be the savior there, but he's going to manage the game. And if he can stretch the field out, he's going to be the starter moving forward.
You know, and it goes to show you a scheme matters, for one. But for two, he did something that Colts fans haven't seen in 8 years. That's winning winning week one. And and the whole Peyton Manning stat, that what Danny Jones did was not done since Peyton's played. And to even be breathed in this, I never thought I'd breathe those two names in the same sentence in my life. Ever. And here we are. Now, I know I'm not comparing them together side by side by any means, but the stat of what he did by scoring on every drive in a game is impressive and very hard to do. Some of the top quarterbacks that, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson both scored 40-something odd points Sunday night, excuse me, and they didn't do that. They still punted, or they still turned through a pick or something. I mean, so my hat is off. I'll stop calling you Danny Pennies until you're worthy of that name again, which hopefully you're not, because I picked you up and dropped Cam Ward's bitch ass.
I don't know. I just think you see it so many times. A guy goes to a new place like Baker Mayfield, to Sam Darnold. They just get a revival, new coaches, new scheme, and maybe they just weren't in the offense they were built for.
Yeah, exactly. And really, it's just hard to succeed playing for a New York team that's not in Buffalo. So, yeah. All right. So, yeah, the Colts beat the Dolphins 33-8. God, honestly, I would say the early window game of the week was the Steelers-Jets game. That game blew my expectations completely out of the water. Justin Fields actually looked like an NFL quarterback. Breece Hall looked good. Aaron Rodgers looked good. Sorry. It's really hard for me to say that. And then Cam Boswell being a serial killer that Mike Tomlin calls him, he hits a 60-yarder, which I'm really pumped about the fact that they're letting these kickers work them balls in all year now instead of just the 1 hour rule, because now we're going to see some 70-yarders, dude. We are.
Oh yeah,
and I almost think the reason they passed that is so they'd make it easier for someone to break Justin Tucker's record, because they don't want him holding that record anymore.
At the same time, it's such a risk reward, because you miss from 70, they got the ball in your zone.
Agreed.
I mean, I like it. I like the risk reward factor there, and it makes coaches like a Dan Campbell, they're gonna go for it.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, Steelers took out the Jets 34-32. It was last second 60-yard field goal by Chris Boswell, who's been doing it for a very long time now. And it's fun to watch, man.
I didn't think he had the leg to hit 60 anymore. I'm not going to lie.
Me either. That's why I'm wholeheartedly convinced that that rule helped him make that field goal. Not discrediting his talent whatsoever, but his career long, I think, was 58 before that.
Yeah, and it was like 10 years ago he hit that.
Yeah, so... All right, moving on right along here. Yeah, anyways, the Steelers definitely are, if Aaron Rodgers keeps playing like that, great, but Ben Roethlisberger came out today and said exactly what I thought while the game was on. If he's got to take that ass beating like he did, because he played well, but he still got hit a ton.
Oh, yeah.
And he's 40 years old. Like, he can't keep that up all for 18, 19 potential weeks if they make the playoffs and try to make a run. There's no way. No way. So if they can help prevent that a little bit better, they might be able to pull something together, but we'll see. And the Jets didn't look half bad either. They really didn't. Both teams looked really good. It was, like I said, the early window game of the week. So,
Justin Fields made so many plays where I was like, where has this been since he came into the NFL? Yeah. A lot of beautiful throws on the run. A lot of smart decisions.
Again,
I was like, damn.
Sometimes it's the coaches in the scheme, dude. Like, I just see him and Aaron Glenn meshing. Like, I just do. And it's clear it's happening. So I expected a little bit better defense out of an Aaron Glenn head coached team, but I think they just still got some improvements to make. It's week 1. They got time. We'll see.
And it's year 1. It doesn't flip overnight. I mean,
yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah, it takes time. Then halfway through your second year, you get canned.
Pretty much.
Chicago. I'll get you in a minute. All right. Jags, Panthers. Jags, 26. Panthers, 10. Bryce Young looked like
the
shit.
Worst game of the week to watch.
It was bad. There was a weather delay, too, for lightning, because it just lightnings every day in Florida this time of year. Yeah. Tank Bigsby got traded, by the way. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, yeah. He's on one of my teams sitting on the bench.
Yep. So
he got traded as a special teams player on a team that has 3 running backs, so he's going to the free agency.
Yep.
Awesome.
Awesome. I love football. I love fantasy.
I just looked at my phone and went, shit, now I'm short another running back.
So Trevor Lawrence still doesn't look that great. Bryce Young, dude, this is, I think we said it last week, a sink or swim year for him. I just don't see him swimming. I
think next time he gets benched, like he did last year, will be the last time that he's a true starter until he goes to another team.
Sam Darnold went to Carolina for a minute. Now he's revived his career. Baker Mayfield went to Carolina, played on the defensive line on their practice squad and revived his career. I mean, maybe Bryce Young goes someplace else. And, look at like Trey Lance. I'm not saying he's starting quarterback material, but the game I watched him in the preseason, if I was a team like Carolina, I would be calling him, trading for him, and at least giving Bryce Young a run for his money. Is Andy Dalton still the backup in Carolina?
Red Rocket.
Yeah, dude. He ain't giving, I don't know. That whole situation. He's got to be about
40.
That whole situation's fucking terrible in Carolina, man. It's bad. Same in Jacksonville. But, hey, Cohen or whatever his name is, Liam Cohen or whatever his name is, the coach of the Jags, he was the only rookie coach to win a game. So, take it or leave it, I guess. All right. Cardinals Saints was a barn burner game. Kyler didn't look very good. Spencer Rattler looked like Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
That was a bad
It scares me that the Saints say that he looks like the guy that gives them the best chance right now. That is absolutely pitiful.
It looks like it.
I mean, poor Chris Olave. He's probably still in an ice bath after his quarterback left him out to die.
I know. I seen a video. You might even send it to me today about someone get Chris Olave out of New Orleans, and it's just
it was Devontae talking about it. Remember? And he's like, "I've never been hit this much in my fucking life. Get me out of here."
Yeah, well, it was a highlight reel of Chris Olave getting hit, and then it was Devontae Adams at the end when he was playing for the Raiders saying, "Get me out of here. This is ridiculous." Yeah.
I'm gonna die here.
Yeah, I'm literally going to die. Oh yeah. So, yeah, but the Cardinals took that 120-13. I don't really have much else. I didn't really even have any fantasy players in that game. Nothing. So,
and Trey McBride, it was nice to kind of see Kyler and Harrison finally get to the connection we thought was going to happen right out of the gate. Just a little. It was better than what he did most of last year, though. So, hopefully they developed a little chemistry, and we can really see him. I think he's a great receiver.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, another bland game here. Commanders-Giants. Commanders didn't look very good. Jaden Daniels had an game. Russell Wilson looked like Russell Wilson. He is regressing, not progressing anymore. He's not getting any better. He's not getting any younger, and the Giants need to move on. I even told you yesterday I felt like that at halftime. If Russell doesn't have a couple of tutties, they're just going to fucking bench his ass.
The fact that Daboll was so non-committal, I think it could come at any time.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you literally just get out of week 1 and you're non-committal on your week 2 starter, that's usually always open for change.
Yeah, it's not good. It's just still not healthy. But I will say, on a positive note for the Giants, one, Jackson Dart, I think, is going to be the breath of fresh air that they need. But two, Scatabo is a friggin' monster.
Yeah, I love Scatabo.
Yeah, he gave somebody else a welcome to the NFL hit, man. Like
2 of them.
Yeah, so
Back
good
to
for
back.
him.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
That's what he did in college, too.
Yeah. So 21-6 Commanders took that game. I hope Jaden Daniels gets it figured out over there, but we'll see.
They will. Terry Scary, oh, my God. I mean, I have him in fantasy, and he's not going to have every week like that. I think he had 2 catches for 27 yards. That's just not going to happen.
They'll get it together. He'll earn that paycheck he got.
He will, and that's just not going to happen every week.
Mm-mm.
He's way too good.
Yeah.
But give it up for the Giants' defense in that one. Honestly, their defense didn't look bad at all.
No, only giving up 21 to one of the best offenses in football last year's. Really good.
There's nothing you can do in your offense can't score a touchdown. I mean, it's just
exactly.
Defense did their job.
Good old back crack.
Dual Carter looks like he could be a force this year.
Yeah, he really does. He does. But time will tell. Carters that work on the D-line like to spit on people, I heard. So, all right, Bucks-Falcons. Bucks took it 23-20. It was kind of a really, honestly, again, I told you I didn't think Atlanta was going to be that great. BJ was their entire offense. I think he had over 100 yards receiving.
But he still only had 18 touches in that game. That's not enough.
Oh, it's not, but he was still there on entire thing, and I don't know. That game was very back and forth. It was decent to watch the end of it, but
I thought Kyle Pitts looked a little better in that game with Michael Penix.
He did.
He actually had an okay game.
Yeah, okay at best. And Baker just didn't look good either.
No, and Mike Evans only had 4 catches. There's just
their rookie killed it. Their rookie wide receiver there. Yeah, he absolutely was just a gangster.
It's just so hard to root from people from Ohio State. God,
it is. I know,
good.
But he's good. He's very
He
good.
is, and I thought that during our draft. I was like, absolutely. I thought he was going to be a sleeper. I'm just curious how he looks once Godwin comes back, how that's going to be spread out.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a very good point. Well, time will tell.
And Mike Evans, Baker, if you let him get under 1,000 yards this year, you're going to go down in history as an asshole.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just saying.
Yeah. You think he'll hang it up after this year?
No. I think he's still got a couple more years in him.
We'll see.
He's not Amari Cooper. He'll be okay.
He'll be all right. Okay. Bengals-Browns. What a terrible game. I mean, like, score-wise and, like, all that, it was close. 17-16, the Bengals took it. But, one, Browns kicker sucked so much that they cut his ass.
Two after that.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you have one job and you didn't do it. Like, you would have been better off not showing up, because at least it'd have been a no-call, no-show, not a I showed up and shit the bed. But the Browns, to be honest with you, held Joe Burrow and their crazy good offense to 17 points. Good for them, man. I'm just really good for them. It gives them hope this year.
And I can't remember the stat in the second half of how many yards they had. It was like the lowest ever to win a game.
Yeah, I bet.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so Cleveland's D looks good. I'm excited to watch them play their more in their division, play the Ravens, play, just to see how it pars up against other, because honestly, even for, I know that the Browns offense isn't very good, but for the Bengals defense, as terrible as they are, still only holding them to 16 points, great job. Great. They actually didn't have to score 50 points to win. I mean, so.
And I didn't think the Browns offense was that bad, honestly. They moved the ball.
They just couldn't capitalize. They
field
didn't
goals.
Did he miss 2 kicks or 3 kicks?
I want to say 2.
Yeah. Still
Either
not
way.
good. Still not good.
Joe Flacco just made it apparent that Shadur and Gabriel can go sit on the fucking bench for a while.
Yeah, for real,
Dude,
man.
he actually looked decent. He didn't look great by any means, but he definitely gave him a chance to win.
You know what he looked like?
40-year-old.
A Cleveland Browns quarterback.
I didn't think he looked bad though, honestly.
No, I don't. All right. Moving right along. Raiders Pats. This game freaking cost me. If this game would have been the Patriots winning, I would have been $10,000 richer. So just throwing that one out there. Fuck you, Drake May. You couldn't get one more goddamn touchdown and a 2-point conversion. It sucks. But, hey, they didn't look great, but Pete Carroll got us dub. Gino got a win. I mean, Genty looked pretty decent.
No, he didn't. He had terrible points.
Just waiting for it.
Didn't get. Oh my god, that is not. I mean, they took the top off the defense a lot that game. It's not going to happen every week, but holy shit, what a shit show of a debut for Genty. I took it gently.
Oh man. Yeah, the Raiders took that 20-13. Patriots did not look very good. When a guy with the last name Booty is your number one wide receiver, I think you've got some big problems and holes to fill. Giggity. Yeah.
I think Diggs will come around. I think they'll develop some more chemistry. He still had 6 catches, and I think it'll only get a little bit better as they get moving forward. But
yeah, and hats off to the Raiders D, only giving up 13 points.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, not a lot else on that front. 49ers Seahawks. 49ers somehow coming away with the win. As we stated earlier, George Kittle is out. They put him on IR, which means a minimum of 4 weeks. I believe it's some sort of leg injury. Brock Purdy is hamstring. Okay.
Hammy.
Brock Purdy's hurt. I don't know that he's going to play this week, but they're not putting him on IR, so we'll just have to keep an eye on that.
Hey, Mac Jones. Shot heard around the world.
Yeah.
Watch Mac just come out and ball in San Fran.
I mean, honestly, he's got the same talent, in my opinion, as Brock Purdy has, so go for it,
I think
man.
Purdy's a little faster, though, honestly. Purdy's surprisingly fast when you watch him take off.
Yeah, when you're 5'2", 87 pounds, I'd be fast, too. All right. The Seahawks looked terrible. I mean, Sam Darnold looked bad. He doesn't have the chemistry with Smith and Jigma. Kenneth Walker might lose his starting job soon to Charbonnet, the way Charbonnet ran the ball.
Well, they even said that before the game. They love what Charbonnet's been doing. And it's like, Walker's hurt every year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tell me about it.
Raggy.
Tell me about it. Yeah, dude. So I don't know. That game is a West Coast bumble, in my opinion. I don't know. But anyways, the 49ers took that 17-13. On to another. This is why you take the under. And I think there were only 2 games that did not hit the under. And that was the Ravens-Bills game and the Steelers-Jets game, which separated me from $300,000. So, separated me from... Yeah. Okay. Titans-Broncos, as I stated earlier in the episode about Cam Ward, I think my exact quote was, fuck Cam Ward. I'll cut him some slack. It's his first game. He's a rookie. He's playing for a team that finished last place last year. So
I thought he had potential, though. A lot of his throws, he barely missed. And Calvin Ridley dropped a few of them. They had a lot of drops.
Yeah, for sure.
For a first game on the team that was last place last year, it's like, it actually wasn't that bad of a first outing.
Yeah, but 2.48 fantasy points merited him being dropped. So,
well, yeah,
Bye-bye.
As a quarterback,
Bye-bye.
I think third string running backs get that.
Yeah, so Broncos won that game 20-12. Broncos didn't look good either. I know it's week 1, and we've been saying that on almost every single matchup that they didn't look very good, but there were teams that looked very good. There were teams that looked very good, like the Ravens and Bills. I know that the Ravens are certified choke artists at this point. But anyways, we'll get to that game. But yeah, the Broncos, Bo Nix is going to need to step it up in this week coming up for sure. So, all right, now on to a game that I don't really want to talk about, to be honest, but we have to. The Lions looked like shit. Calvin Shepard and whatever more in. I've got more hope right now in JV coaches to call better plays than you guys called on Sunday. I'm not discrediting the Packers being a good team because they did look much better than I anticipated them to look this year. However, we looked like shit. What were your thoughts on the Lions game?
I couldn't believe the disappearance of all of our superstars. They were literally non-existent on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
I mean, we had no running game. We had no pass rush. Our receivers, we had a couple catches, but, man, we just looked bad.
Yeah, it's not good. To the point that Shepard and Morton are calling the plays, right?
Yeah.
I think
our secondary is fucked.
I think Dan Campbell needs to start calling plays.
Yeah, our secondary is straight up fucked.
Yeah, Terrion Arnold sucks. Like there's no saving that man. He's god awful. He's like probably one of the worst draft picks the Lions have made in the last 20 years.
Problem is we don't have anybody better than him besides
DJ
Reed.
I will come down there and play corner better than that.
I would love to see your skinny ginger ass go down there. That'd be hilarious.
I'm sorry, dude. I had so much high hopes for that man when he came here and that big old smile he had when we drafted him and how pumped up he was, and then what he lead the league in pass interferences last year.
Yeah.
Fucking what a joke. Get your shit together, dude. Just because you change your number from 0 to 6 doesn't mean it makes you better. You know what makes you better? Actually trying at football. Actually not being a piece of shit.
I seen him change his number. I just figured he got flagged so much he's got to change his number every year to at least buy some time.
Yeah, now Gibbs is going to be getting pass interference calls.
Yeah. I seen that. I'm like, yeah, it's probably because he was the most penalized guy.
I'm almost, and that sack that Micah Parsons got, I'm almost convinced Jared Goff knew he was there and just let him have it. But I don't know, man. I
don't ever see a quarterback letting anybody hit them.
I know. I'm semi kidding, but that's just how shit we played. I would imagine that they would just. I don't know. We didn't even run any trick plays. Did we even go for it on fourth down at all?
I think we did once.
I don't know. It just was not. Did not feel. I don't want to say this, but it was like SOL, man.
Micah, though, you got to admit, he looked good in his first game for only playing 29 snaps. I'm like, shit.
No, he looked absolutely fantastic, and I'm so excited that we get to play him twice a year going forward for the next 10 years. I'm just so pumped about it, dude. Can't you tell how fucking excited I am about this shit? God. Fuck you, Jerry Jones. All right. God, I thought I could get through an episode without that. All right.
Usually not.
Usually not. Okay. So, yeah, Packers beat the Lions 27-13. Moving on. All right. Rams-Texans. That game sucked. That game was, awful. 14-9. The Rams took that one. I don't really have much to say on that one. C.J. Stroud looked awful. Matt Stafford didn't look great. I think Puka had a 100-yard game. However,
he got a concussion.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. He's in concussion protocol. Did you see the hit though that he took?
I didn't, but all I saw was that he now I think is tied for or the least amount of games took to get to 10 100-yard games or something like that. It was some stat that was really fun and cool.
Dude, he got hit low from behind and he got it hit up high dead on and it actually split him open. He was bleeding. He got absolutely crunched.
Train wrecked.
It was damn. The Texans' D didn't look bad, but, man, I couldn't believe how out of sync that offense looked.
Yeah.
They had nothing going.
No, neither one of them did. Bad.
Well, Stafford, I understand. He didn't really get much in the preseason. He had the back issue.
Yeah, that I do. But to be honest, the Texans are really missing out on Joe Mixon, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Bad. Ooh, sorry, little guy. All right. So, yeah. All right. So, game of the week in my book, Ravens-Bills.
Oh, yeah.
Uncanny. Was it 8 minutes left to go? The Ravens had a 99.1% chance to win.
I think it was actually 5 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yep. Yeah. Fans were leaving Buffalo Stadium while Buffalo was making a 15-point comeback. The Ravens are certified choke artists at this point, and it's leading me into starting to think, well, one, I know Lamar Jackson doesn't for you to score 40 points in a game and lose is pathetic. Baltimore's defense should be better than that. Now, granted, I know the Bills have one of the best, if not the best offense with Josh Allen leading it in the league, arguably. But what a game, man. It was just an unbelievably fun game to watch. Them guys are something else.
I was impressed with how he got the receivers involved. His receivers were like 29th in the league last year.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
right off the bat, he's getting them involved. And if they can keep that going, that offense is going to be something else.
Yep. Yeah, Josh Allen looks like Josh Allen, but it doesn't matter right now, Josh. It really, truly doesn't. It matters in January, and that's when you've not played your best. So keep some in the tank.
Lamar.
Keep some in. Yeah, both of them guys. You know what? I don't really care which one of them gets it as long as Patty doesn't.
On paper, I'd say the Ravens are still the best team out there. That defense is going to come around.
Yeah, and like I said, playing the offense that you're playing, it's hard to be that good. So,
yeah, they're not going to give up 40 every week.
No way. All right, finishing off with the cherry on top of this football week one. Ben Johnson, eat that sack of shit and love it, buddy. He fucked up his own game. He did. He ruined it for himself. He did exactly what every Chicago Bears coach has been doing forever. Like, dude, I seen the stat and I sent it to you earlier. Well, first off, Amara about the game coming up this week said, "I don't give a fuck. We're all booing him." Awesome. But first off, Caleb Williams is now 0-3 in matchups versus the 2024 quarterback draft class. And two coaches in the last 10 years lost their head coaching debut after leading by double digits in the fourth quarter. And those two coaches were Matt Nagy in 2018 and Ben Johnson in 2025. Sound familiar, ladies and gentlemen?
Well, at least Ben Johnson knows he's going to keep his job for a while as long as they kept Matt Nagy.
Yeah.
With the whole city of Chicago wanting him out for years before they actually did it.
It's just unbelievably funny to me at this point how much of a shit show Chicago is. I don't know, man. But, yeah, I hope that this game Sunday, as soon as Ben Johnson steps foot in that stadium, that he just hates his life for the rest of his life. Like, you don't know, honestly, I would be able to let bygones be bygones if he got fired from the Bears halfway through next year, which, let's be honest, it's probably going to happen, and came back. Come back, get on your knees and beg for your job like the little bitch that you are. and maybe we'll give it back to you, because right now, I'd take him back. I would. I'm like, after watching week one, dude.
It's only week one, though. I'm not trying to overreact too much on 1 week.
Oh, Nick, I am. I always
know
am.
you are. You're about ready to quit football and life by fucking Monday.
I ain't never gonna stop. No, but that's why I love it. That's why I keep coming back, and that's why we have this podcast, because I love having these talks, and I just absolutely love it. So wouldn't have it any other way. But anyways, Vikings beat the Bears 27-24. J.J. McCarthy had 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter alone, had 0 in the first 3 quarters. Looked like shit the first 3 quarters. Looked very prime time in the fourth quarter. So,
well, he finally remembered that he has Justin Jefferson on his team. Kind of forgot about that for 3 quarters. When in doubt, especially as a rookie, throw it near that guy. You don't have to throw it at him. Throw it near him.
Yeah, like who was it? Calvin Johnson that could catch a ball that was thrown in a double wide door. Like, I'm looking at one. You can't even. And Justin Jefferson's got a
radius he used to have that he could.
So do it. But I'm glad JJ got the win. His rookie season got shattered, which sucks so bad. Happy to see him. Happy to see him get a dub, especially.
I'm happy for him, but I'm not at the same time.
Correct. Yeah, I hope he doesn't do that to us.
I know, because if him and Jefferson do figure this out, shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, that wraps up our week one. Now we're going to get right into our week 2 predictions here. And then we'll finish it off with a little nightcap of college football, and then we'll be hula-hamming out of here. So, yeah. All right. Let's get right to it, man. First off, just looking at the games here. You got the games pulled up in front of you?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. I'm just kind of scrolling through here to see what I think the game of the week. Honestly, the Packers-Commanders tomorrow, that's going to be a pretty prime game. That's going to be a
Dude,
pretty good game.
finally, the NFL is going to get us some decent Thursday games for the love of God.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
so awful
but
last year to
hey,
watch
just
it.
the Commanders didn't look that great, and the Packers did look good. And it could be the fact that we watched the Packers rout these motherfuckers. I don't know, dude. I mean, I thought there were going to be some primetime games last year that were going to be fire, and they ended up being 10-6. It's like, what are we doing? So,
Yeah.
But yes, on paper, this game looks incredible. So, very excited about that. I'm just kind of scrolling through before we start going into the picks. The Bears-Lions should end up being a decent contest. The Colts-Broncos is actually a way more intriguing matchup to me now that Indianapolis did what they did last week, especially with how bad Bo Nix played. That should be a decent one. Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl matchup, that should be good, but I just have this sneaky feeling the Eagles are just going to absolutely rout them. I don't know. I don't know. That's mine. But, yeah, I'm, to be honest, looking at this, man, I really think that tomorrow night's game is going to be our matchup of the week. Bills-Jets might be sneaky good.
Well, if the Jets can perform like they did in week 1, that should be
That's what I'm saying, dude. That might be sneaky. Okay, let's get right into it. So, Commanders pack tack. Who you got?
I'm going to roll with the Commanders on this. I think their offense bounces back after a shaky week 1.
Me too, and I just don't see the pack winning 2 in a row. So, I'll take the
I
Commanders.
just hope the pack doesn't win 2 in a row.
Amen. All right, Giants-Cowboys.
I'm going to go with the Giants on this one. I think they get Malik Neighbors more involved in this game, and I think their offense actually puts up a couple touchdowns. I think they'll be okay.
Here's where I'm at. Cowboys go up 14-0. All right. Russell's throwing a pick. It's halftime. I'm going to say halftime's 14-3. Out marches Jackson Dart. Gets put in the game. Marches him back. And they win 24-14. 3 straight touchdowns in a row. Boom, boom, boom. 3 drives in a row. I got the Giants. Is that in Dallas too, I think? Yeah. Yeah, it is. A piece of the roof is going to fall at some point too again.
Hopefully it hits Jerry Jones's suite.
It just crashes through his window. Oh, my God.
Should have picked your own stadium, son of a gun.
God. All right, Seahawks-Steelers. Who you got?
I got to go with the Steelers on that one. The Seahawks just look so bad.
Yeah, Steelers are at home. Aaron Rodgers. I still can't really say it. So, looked good, and I see him doing it again. So, yeah, I'll take the Steelers too. Titans-Rams. This might be a closer game than people think.
Oh, I got the Rams by like 14.
I'm going to take the Rams, but not by that much. No way. Cam Ward's going to have to really come out and prove otherwise soon that he's worth that number 1 pick, because after last week.
Well, he really doesn't, though. You want to know why? Because they don't have anybody else.
Very true.
He's got all season. There's nobody even threatening his job.
Who's their backup?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you because Will Levis ain't there, so I don't have a clue who their backup is.
Calvin Ridley.
Might as well. Just run the Wildcat.
Yeah. All right, Bills-Jets.
I got the Bills.
Yeah, that's kind of a no-brainer. I got to do my picks tonight. I'm going to make a note of that. Make picks on DraftKings. All right. Shout out DraftKings. Still my favorite sports betting app. Throw us a sponsorship. All righty. Wrong notes. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking the Bills. I would love to see it be a competitive game. They would be a lot more fun. I just don't see a way that Justin Fields outplays Josh Allen. Taking the Bills. Patriots-Dolphins. Oh, I think we found our Pooper Bowl matchup of the week.
We totally did. Hopefully Drake May can just
disappear. Oh, yeah. Well, while we're waiting, there he is.
Light it up.
Ha! You want to know what I said? Disappear.
The Dolphins secondary is so depleted as it is. I think their third or fourth string is their number one right now due to injuries. Like, there's just nothing you can do about that.
Yep. Yeah, I got the Patriots for sure. The Dolphins are just too much of a dumpster fire this year, sadly.
Just start selling your team away like they're already planning on doing.
Kinda. They're gonna fire Mike McDaniels, even though I really don't think he's the problem. I think they have a full-fledged quarterback problem they don't want to admit about.
They have a lot of problems.
They do, but when you have a quarterback that's only a C quarterback anyways, I don't know. And then you don't even have a backup. Like, what chance do you have? Really, none. So Tyreek Hill, run like the cheetah we know you are, away, far and fast away as you can.
You're gonna start seeing tweets and everything of him in different cities here pretty quick.
Yeah,
just hanging out, not even with the team in his off
pulling
week.
a Johnny Manziel, geotagging that he's actually in Miami when he's actually in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got the Pats all day long. So all right, Jags, Bengals.
Oh, I'm hoping Burrow comes around, and this is a great team for him to come around on.
They're at home. He got the cobwebs off. Jacksonville's defense, I see. Yeah, I see. There we go. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, I see the Bengals taking this one for sure. That's kind of a no-brainer in my eyes. I think that, Jamar Chase is going to have himself a game again. You can't hold that man down for 2 games in a row. You just can't. So,
well, and they said last year, his first 2 games, he had 97 receiving yards combined.
Wow.
And still won the Triple Crown. So I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, got the Bengals. 49ers, Saints.
Okay, we got many pooper bowls.
Yeah. Yeah, we can.
This is another one.
This is the 1 o'clock window is going to have a couple.
I'm going to go with Spencer Rattler over Mac Jones. I don't know why. No George Kittle, too. That kind of hurts them a lot.
Yeah, I'm going to take the 49ers for the simple fact that I hope CMC gets 40 touches.
He's going to have to. Juwan Jennings is day-to-day with his shoulder injury.
Yep.
Kittle's on the IR. I mean, You're cutting her pretty thin there.
Yeah, so we will see. But, yeah, I got the 49ers. So I think that's the first game we've disagreed on. So we'll see. At least we have a tiebreaker here. Browns-Ravens.
It's got to be Baltimore.
Yeah,
I think their defense bounces back, and the Browns don't score over 14.
Yeah. Yeah, I got Lamar. They're at home. Yeah, for sure. Taking the Ravens. Bears-Lions. Definitely not the Lions. I hope that we just 42-0 them. Like, so bad. So bad. I hope Detroit, for the love of all that is holy, please show up to the game with your vocal cords fully intact for the deepest, darkest boos you've ever given to anyone that stepped foot in that stadium. Please. I want that man to know how bad he fucked up. And the only way that we can do that as fans is to just make his life a living hell when he comes to play us on Sunday. Please bring it. Please bring the heat. All right, this is going to be a good one. Colts-Broncos. Colts are at home.
I got Denver in this one. I don't think Danny Dimes there. Vanilla Vic has the game that he did. That defense from Denver is just stout.
It is, but watching them play last week and then both teams, I just think it's going to be a good game, and I'm going to take the Colts. It's out of spite to disagree with you again. So, yeah. Fuck yeah. All right, Cardinals-Panthers. Another
Oh, I can't pick the Panthers anymore.
No.
They fucked me last week.
Yeah.
I don't know why I ever picked them in the first place.
I got the Cardinals.
Well, they ended the season strong. They got some receivers. Thought maybe they'd show us something.
Yeah.
No. They showed us they still suck.
Yeah, got the Cards all day. All right, Eagles-Chiefs, Super Bowl, Licks, rematch. Who we got?
What's wrong with the Eagles?
Yeah. Yep, I want the Eagles to fly and soar. I want them to do that strictly because I drafted 4 of their goddamn players. Actually, this game could be like 80-81. That'd be cool with that. Totally cool with that.
I think the Chiefs are just so depleted right now at wide receiver that it's just rough.
I know. When Juju Smith-Schuster's scoring the second most fantasy points on your team, something is wrong. Hey, I think Kenny Galladay's working at Home Depot. You can give him a ring.
I want to go back and I want to see the film on which one of them idiots ran the wrong route, because there's no way you design a play for two people to run into each other.
No, dude. You want to know? Do you want to know who it was? It was Kelsey, because he flat out came out and said how distraught he was.
Well, he's always going to say that, though. They're not going to tell you what the actual play and what they were running was. Of course he's going to say that. Mm-hmm. How do you know Xavier Worthy didn't fuck up that route and Kelsey was actually in the right place, but he still killed him?
Yeah, so I blame Travis for everything. So
it's an easy target.
Yep. All right. Falcons Vikings should be decent.
I'm gonna roll with Atlanta in that one.
That's our Sunday night game. I don't know.
I think Penix bounces back.
I really don't want Minnesota to win, but they are at home, and it is hard to play there. Michael Penix didn't look very good last week, even though he still got the W. Or no, he didn't. He didn't. I'm taking the Vikings.
I'm a little concerned with Drake London being hurt. I'm definitely concerned about that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll take the Vikes. We got 2 Monday night games coming up, which is, to be honest, I'd almost rather have a Friday night game than 2 Monday night games. It's just my take.
I hate it fantasy-wise, though, because that's a lot of people's weeks come down to that. And once everybody else plays, you're screwed if somebody goes out in the last minute.
Uh-huh.
That's what I hate.
Yeah. Yep, definitely sucks. But they did stagger them into 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock windows, which is nice because I know sometimes they've started one at 7 and one at 8, and I hate that. I want to be able to watch both games. So
I'm not going to be up to watch the second game. I'll be able to watch the first half. I'm old, man.
We'll see. I at least attempt and then wake up with drool all over my chest. So
I know, and then the end of the game and the talk shows are on, and I'm like, shit.
Yeah, it's 3 a.m, and yeah. All right, Bucks Texans. What you got?
I'm gonna roll with the Bucks on this. I think Baker figures it out this week, and
Big
he
time.
didn't miss by a lot on a lot of them throws, and
Nope.
some of them throws like Ibuka, just perfect placement.
Yeah,
he'll pick it back up.
100%. Yeah, I got the Bucks all day in this, even though Houston's at home. I just don't think Houston's going to be the same until they get Joe Mixon back, if and when they get him back. So, and rounding out week number 2, Chargers Raiders.
Chargers all day.
Me too. Chargers all day. They really look good. Raiders are at home, but I still just don't think that they can handle the way the Chargers played against the Chiefs was outstanding. So,
well, in that throw the deep ball against the Patriots bullshit and just chuck it, that's not going to fly.
No, it's not.
That's not going to fly. They're going to have to run the ball. They need to get Genty more involved.
Yep. Yeah. So, all right. That is going to wrap up our NFL talk this week. I am so stoked up for week 2. We are going to pretty much barely touch college football here. But biggest footnote, Michigan State played a big overtime thriller against Boston College, and they won. It was awesome. It was a freaking exciting game. It's exactly what college football is about. I know State's still not a great team, but it was more fun to watch than the Michigan game. Mainly because Michigan just didn't look great. I mean, Bryce Underwood had a blow up on the sideline. What's his name? The Oklahoma quarterback, Mater. He's the number 1 runner for the Heisman right now. He's a beast, dude. Oklahoma looks really good, but Michigan didn't look good either. I mean, not at all.
Dude, stabbing myself with a spork was more fun than that game.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Alabama showed back up, posting 73 zip.
They play Wisconsin this week, though. That should be interesting. That's a 12 o'clock game.
Yeah, but there's still dog shit games coming up. Like Georgia, Tennessee will be a decent one this week. Miami, South Florida will be a good one. South Florida real quick. Gangsters.
I called it.
Straight up gangsters. You sure did. Ole Miss, Arkansas, I think will be a good game. Notre Dame, Texas A&M will be another good game. So we got a decent amount of good games coming up in week 3 of the college football season. So, all right.
Yeah, not tell you though, South Florida against Florida was going to be the one to watch for the upset.
100%, brother. 100%. Okay, I think that's going to wrap us up here this week on episode 40. Really appreciate all the support again. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Nick, you got anything else for the rest of this week, brother?
Nope.
All right, with that being said, we are, as soon as I get around, Hulaham out.